We're going to go down to the field now for our first guest, and we're trying to get the seniors on here for senior day. And for Nate Johnnie, what a game he had here this afternoon. One goal today. Nate, first of all, just reflect back on your career here at York, and just what does the senior day mean to you?
You know, man, it's been a long time coming. I graduated high school in 2017 and thought this was going to be the place for me and whatnot, and it was the place for me, but my career just hasn't gone how it is. I'm surrounded by a group of guys that supports me day in and day out, and it's just an unbelievable feeling to be here, unbelievable to play, and just happy to put a helmet on, man.
And you think about some of the things you've got to see over the course of your 4 years here, playing in the CAC, switching over to the MAC, the shortened season last year, no fans this year. Just how special is it that you guys have been able to compete in every single game this season and not have to miss one because this team had an issue?
You know, it's really a blessing, and I got to give hats off to all my teammates. Everybody's really dialed in this year and focused on what we want to do, and that's to go win a national championship. So it's really special to be here this year, especially with the season cut short last year.
Coming off a tough loss last night, what's that like having to turn around in just essentially a couple hours to turn around and face another Commonwealth opponent?
You know, definitely pretty tough, but we've got a solid group of boys. I've got nothing but positive things to say about my teammates. Love every single one of them, and everybody brings it every day.
You guys definitely put a peppering on Liam Ferry today in goal, and he was definitely standing on his head. You know, what were some of the challenges you saw that he was posing to you all on that, working from the cage?
You know, he's a bigger goalie. He's a little bit tall, but we just had to make him move and put it where he wasn't.
And then, of course, your goal today, a great face-off win by Vinny. We both thought he was going to cruise down and take it, but I guess he saw you out of the corner of his eye and ripped one home. When you have a face-off guy that has that of awareness, how special is that to the offense?
You know, it really is special. I mean, as an attackman, we love it. It gives us an opportunity to let it fly, and we're thankful to have him. He's a beast.
And then on the flip side, York used all three goalies today, and they all played phenomenal. What's that like knowing you've got three solid guys there on your bench that can play in between the pipes?
Dude, it's unreal. I mean, I truly believe we have three of the best goalies in the country. Going to practice every day and shooting on these guys, they prepare us for everything that we come out and play. So it's really a blessing to have three goalies like this.
Well, Nate, we appreciate the time. Fantastic win today. Congratulations on a great career. And, of course, we still got some playoffs coming up. You'll see this team again next week. Congratulations on the win.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. So Nate Johnnie's going to go hand the mic off over to Chandler Schmidt. Chandler also had a goal today, the senior out of North Hartford. As a Bel Air guy, I'm not going to hold that against him. It's all good. Chandler, big senior day, getting a goal. I'll ask you the same opening question. Just recap. What did this 4 years, has it meant to you here as a Spartan?
I've spent about a year and a half here after transferring from Hartford Community College, but I couldn't be happier being around this group of guys. I wouldn't want to finish my 4 years anywhere else.
I'm going to remember to make sure I text Tom Peace and let him know that he had a good one up here. Sent you this way. Fantastic game today. A lot of extra playing time for a lot of guys. Talk about what's like seeing a lot of different guys have a chance to get their number called today.
You know, it's crazy our depth on this team. I mean, our last line that was out there, Cole Whitman, Ryan Suzinski, I mean, those guys are phenomenal athletes. Our depth is just amazing. I mean, the athleticism doesn't change from the top of our depth chart to the bottom. It's great.
Ames Clark having a phenomenal day today as well. What's that like playing out there with him?
Oh, Ames has a phenomenal stick. I feel like I can pass it to him anywhere, and he's ready to shoot it with either hands. So it's great to be out there with him. And,
of course, your defense flying all over the field for you, making some plays down there. When you see what that starting defense has done all year, what kind of confidence does that give the offense?
It gives us so much confidence seeing them take care of business down here on the other end of the field and just carry that momentum to the offensive side.
A tough loss last night, and they got to turn around and play another one today. What was the biggest takeaway, do you think, from the loss last night?
I think the biggest takeaway is we got to change some things, especially on the offensive side. We got to bury more shots. We had more shots than them, but they just weren't falling. We're going to change some things up, get some better looks next time around.
A really great chance that you're going to see this exact same Albright team on the first in that quarterfinal round. What are some things you have to do when you see a team back-to-back to make sure that you're still putting a good game forward?
I think we're just going to have to stick to the game plan, just practice hard and focus on ourselves and try to improve as a team. And I think it's just going to be copy and paste next week.
Well, Chandler, great game today. We appreciate you spending some time with us. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you at the next one.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Get out of here.
See you, Jim.
And he's going to go hand the mic off there over to Coach Childs. We'll let him get a chance to get the headset on. And, again, a 17-3 win. Coach, what do you have to do from a coaching standpoint when you have 2 games in such a short time span, and one being a pretty emotional game in that loss against Stevenson?
Yeah, it was definitely a challenge. We got back late last night, and obviously we weren't in the world's best mood. So, but to be honest with you, we're just playing lacrosse. So my message this morning to the team when we met was to not let anything steal the joy of being out here and playing. And so I don't know. I think just focus on the things that matter in life, which was to have fun and not lose sight of the fact that a year ago we weren't even doing this. So I know it sounds so cliche, but we just showed up this morning with the. I mean, we went through a scouting report and we did kind of our normal business, but the overall big message was just to have a little joy and a little pep in our step and enjoy it today.
And, of course, senior day here, the last regular season game for this class. What has this particular class meant to you?
Yeah, no, it's a great group. I mean, obviously, I don't even want to get into they've been through a lot and all that kind of stuff, but their senior year is definitely different. But I don't know. I feel like when we're out here at practice, you wouldn't know it was any different. They just kind of go about their business. And I guess if I'm like one word, pick a word to describe a kid or a group of people, and I think I would choose consistency with this group. They just kind of always show up and give us the same thing and the same focus and discipline in which they approach practice and game day. And, I'm probably, because I get super emotional when I talk about these guys, I'm trying to dodge a question. And so I'll just say that, I love this group and super grateful that they picked York, and I got to spend 4 years with them. That is going to amount to many, many more years in the future.
And then, of course, most likely, as things will shake out, other games today in the MAC taking place, but most likely you're going to see this Albright team again next week in the opening round of the MAC championships. What do you have to do when you see a team back to back? What changes do you make? How do you go about that process?
Yeah, well, I think. Well, we now have film of them against us, which is different than having film of them against somebody else. And so having film of them playing us is going to help us a lot in terms of our preparation and help us find some things that can, areas of strength of ours that we think we can exploit now that we have it on film. So we'll get to work on that towards the end of the week.
Yeah, Coach, so you talk about, tough loss. You talk about not losing the joy of the game, and I think that's super important. And another thing with the culture of this team is responding above the line. I remember we preached that a lot, responding above the line. And how do you respond above the line going forward from here? Is it just keeping the joy? Is it changing the game plan? Or how do you move forward?
Yeah, no, I think, last night there were some things exposed, some weaknesses of ours that it takes kind of some things not clicking for you to reevaluate them, and that happened to us last night. And so we have some work to do, and I think, quite frankly, we're a team built of a lot of workers. And so I think it's, I think sometimes in the world, joy and hard work aren't necessarily tied together, but I think in our program it is. And so I think losing last night was the best thing for us, because now there's some work ahead of us. And so I guess I'll take the work, just combining those two, like getting out here on your own and just enjoying the process of working hard to get better individually. And then when we're out here as a team, being very, very purposeful with our practices here so that we get a lot better and we're playing our best lacrosse here down at the end.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Congratulations on another win, and we look forward to seeing you next week in the opening round of the tournament.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
And again, that was Coach Brandon Childs there joining us after the game. 17-3 is our final score here as number 4 York defeats Albright. For Jim Murphy, I'm Jared Welsh. You've been watching York College Men's Lacrosse here on the Spartan Game Day Network. We'll see you next time.